Live? Live? All right. What's up, everybody? It's a nice Wednesday night. It is Wednesday, right, Dad?
Yeah.
That's my producer. I just don't pay him yet. Oh, they're behind the ping pong table. I didn't want people to see it. All right. We're getting into it. What's going on, Juan? How are you?
Nothing much, Keegan. How's it going?
It's going awesome. And yourself?
It's going good. Just finished work.
That's awesome to hear.
I'm late.
That's awesome. What are you drinking there? Are you rehydrating from the workout?
Yeah.
Good to hear. So how's it going? How you been?
I'm good. I'm just chilling, relaxing.
That's awesome. Hold up, my phone's not working for some reason. Sorry, phone got unplugged right there. Is everything going good right there? All right, perfect. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I mean, like it's pretty obvious that the world's gone a little bit crazy. What have you been doing to like cope with it?
Not much of anything, man. I stay inside, played a lot of Xbox, talking to a lot of people. It's pretty much what I do, just texting people all day, chilling, go out, grab some coffee, and then train. It's
yeah, it sounds like the life. I mean, that's kind of what I did. I played a lot of Xbox, too.
Yeah.
What games do you play on Xbox?
Just Madden, really. I've been playing Madden franchise mode. This girl said she wanted to play Call of Duty, so I bought that game, and then I got the Warzone extension, and she never came over, so I was like, well, I don't like this.
Oh, man. That hurts, dude.
Yeah.
I felt your pain right there. Don't worry. It's not just
yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks, but whatever. I got a couple other ones coming for a movie night tonight, so it should be fun. Yeah.
What movie are you guys going to watch?
I'm going to put on Soul Plane. I don't really like them that much, so I'm going to put on a really bad movie that I find hilarious. And, if they're still here when it's over, I guess.
Yeah. If they're still there, then there's just more power to them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I played a lot of Xbox too. I played a lot of Madden. I played a lot of UFC 3, even though I can't stand that game. Horrible game.
Yeah.
Played a lot of Far Cry, and then I started playing on my PlayStation. I started playing The Last of Us. That's a fun game. I don't know if you have a PlayStation. Yeah. That's a good game though. Check that out.
Yeah, my roommates in college love that one. They just got Last of Us too.
Yeah, I just started playing the first one because I kept seeing about how like the second one's supposed to be like this awesome game. So I was like I should get the second one, but then I told my buddy and he's like nah, you can't get the second one if you don't got the first one. I was like, you're kind of right, I guess. I guess I'll get the first one.
Yeah,
it's fun though. So yeah, have you still been training though throughout the entire like lockdown thing?
Yeah, man. When gyms close down, the people that live at the gym, we could still go down there and get a workout in every now and then. Coach would organize like a secret workout sometimes, but it wasn't really much of anything. And then the last month, we've been back to normal schedule, so I've been hitting 2 and 3 days. It's been pretty awesome. Yeah.
What's your training schedule like? Is it like boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, or like what's it based off of?
It's just a total MMA system, right? So a lot of gyms want to be striking based or grappling based, but at Jackson Wink, it's a true system. Everything blends together really well. We have the same, 3 or 4 coaches for everything, and they all talk and they all communicate. So it's a full-on system here. Everything blends together really well. We don't do pure anything. Every class we do has a MMA-based goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're training at Jackson Wink right now, right?
Right.
And so you're living in New Mexico?
It's the Albuquerque, New Mexico is where the gym's at.
Yeah. Are you liking it down there? Or is it too hot?
No, I'm from Houston, so it's
really?
it's usually this hot and humid, and so there's no humidity out here. I like it enough out here. I don't really get recognized all that much, and people don't really bother me when I go out. So
really?
I like, it's real cool, real chill, and I don't feel the need to ever have to leave. I mean, I spend all day in the gym, so
Yeah,
it's
of
pretty
course.
awesome.
Yeah. So like I know a lot of people when people see him in public, like it's really annoying. Do you find that annoying, or do you kind of like it? You're like, yeah,
No, it's cool sometimes. There's a time and place for it. If I'm
yeah,
out on a date, I don't want to be recognized by a bunch of
yeah, yeah,
people. If I'm out, like if I'm going somewhere with a purpose, I don't want to be distracted from that purpose. If I'm out eating or doing something like that, or I'm watching a movie, that's really not why I'm there. But if I'm just out and about, not really just kind of aimlessly wandering, then yeah, I don't really care. And I'll always do it. I always take pictures. I'm always really nice to anyone that does recognize me. But if they try and hold my attention for an extended period of time where I'm clearly doing something, I'm just like, hey man, I gotta go. Now's not a good time.
yeah,
We can
yeah. Of
snap a picture
course.
or whatever, but I gotta leave.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it makes sense. I was in Boston. That was probably what I think it was two. I was in Boston 2 years ago. I was walking in like I forget what the park is, but it's like this really big park in Boston. And I don't know if you're a big basketball fan, but me and my brother saw Iman Shumpert, basketball player for the Cavaliers at the time.
Yeah.
We saw him at that park, and it was just him, his wife, and his daughter. And so I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go bother him. No, he's with his family, he's spending family. Like he's traveling half the year. I don't want to bother him. And my brother's like 4 years younger than me. He's like, that's a Mon Shumpert, and he started freaking out and he asked for a picture. I was like, I'm just not even gonna bother him because it's family time. I don't want to be, I don't want to intervene with that because he's only got so much time because of his job.
Right, right.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty proud of myself for that. I always tell people that. I was like, yeah, I did that, and I passed up on meeting NBA champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I said you're from Houston, right?
Right, right.
It, and so that must have been pretty cool fighting in Houston, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was cool, to fight in Toyota Center. I've gone to events there before. It was one of my first times being one of the featured people in an
Mm.
event there. It was pretty cool. A lot of people that I grew up with in my hometown or that were knew of me when I grew up around there.
Yeah.
Saw me become the star that I always said I was going to become. So that was cool, but other than that, it was just really stressful because everybody wanted to hang out all the time, and I'm like, dude, it's fight week for me. I
Yeah.
don't have energy. Leave me alone.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it makes sense because like your entire like friends and family like, yo, my best friend Juan's famous over here. You're like, yeah, I am, but I'm just trying to relax this week because like I mean, I don't fight. I've never been through a fight week or anything, but like from what I heard, like I know George St. Pierre's terrified of fight week. Like,
Yeah.
is fight week like something that you're like scared of, or is it, like fun, or what?
No, it's just it's work. It
Yeah.
is what it is. I look forward to it. I always enjoy working with the UFC staff. I've become friends with them over the last 2 years. We talk about everything. I'm very invested in their lives as they are in mine. So it's really cool to see them. Um, there's always that wow factor of doing the interviews, getting treated like an attraction there. That's cool. For me, the fight week just means a lot of cutting weight, a lot of weight management, and it means I'm pretty cranky, I'm pretty tired, pretty low
Oh yeah.
energy. Other than that, man, I love fight week. It's just there's a lot of obligations that go along with it that people don't think about.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like with all the fights that the UFC's putting on right now, like I can't even imagine how I can't imagine how anybody's fighting right now. Like and just having to like go from like I was just reading on Twitter before you called me like Jose Aldo just got to Brazil and now he's got to get tested and he's got to just be quarantined for 2 days, 48 hours, and then he can leave and go to Abu Dhabi. Like it seems like it's so like much more, especially now. Seems like it's so much more complicated. I don't know how they can focus on like it's probably one of the biggest fights of their lives.
Right, right. But that it comes along with the job. You're expected to be able to handle that on your own.
Yeah,
Just got to show up for fight day.
yeah. Are you excited to watch the Fight Island fights?
Not really. I'm actually not paying for those. I'm not gonna watch it. I'll read the results, but right now, usually I only watch cards if somebody I know is on that
Oh really?
card, or if it's free. And this is neither of those instances, so I'm not watching.
Yeah. Are you like a mixed martial arts fan, or you just kind of like do it? I know there's some people like that who just like don't like to watch the fights, but they just like no, they just like doing it. Like I was watching an interview with Sean O'Malley, and he said like he's like yeah, like there's some people I know who like they know all these fighters, where they're ranked, who they're fighting next. He's like I don't even know half these people they're talking about. Like, are you one of those people?
Yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to all that. When I watch the fights, I'm there for that moment. If I'm watching it, I look at them, I make a prediction based on that. Luckily for me, I know a lot of these people now, so if I know them, I watch their fights and I get a taste or some sort of inclination on what their styles are when people ask me to make predictions. But other than that, man, I don't really. I'm not a real fan of it. I watch it,
Yeah, of course.
occasionally. Even when I was growing up, before I started training for it, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I knew because I wrestled and I worked at an MMA gym. I knew a little bit, but I didn't really put too much into the rest of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was reading about you. I was reading on your background and stuff, and you actually came from a football background, right? And then you got an injury, and then that's what kind of like made you into the wrestler that you are.
Kind of no. When I started high school, football is the sport that I played for the longest, but I started wrestling my freshman year of high school, and I always liked wrestling more than football.
Oh, really?
I just didn't think I would be able to get a scholarship for wrestling. And then when I lost my chances to get a scholarship for football, it came down to, well, you can come to a school and work for it. And I'm like, well, I'd rather take my chance of wrestling than with football. And that's how it played out.
That's awesome. What position did you play in football?
I played defensive tackle and offensive tackle. And then when I had my NFL tryout, it was for defensive end.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And so, did you play football at all in college, or did you just wrestle?
No, my freshman year of college, I did. I just wrestled, and then for spring football, I tried out, and I was going to be third string, and I didn't want to be third string on the losing team, so I just focused on wrestling the rest of my time there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it sounds like you made the right decision. You're kind of a beast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, what was I just gonna say? Yeah. So you've only been fighting for what, a little over 3 years, and you've already got 8 fights. Would you like to stay active?
Yeah. I like to stay pretty active. My first fight was in September of 2016. That was my amateur fight. I had 4 amateur fights, then I went pro, and since then I've had 8. So I've done 12 fights in a little less than 4 years. So it's about 3 a year.
Yeah. That's pretty active, especially for a heavyweight. A lot of heavyweights only fight like 1-2 times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know because Stipe and DC are fighting, and that's their first. That's both their. It's gonna be their first and only fight this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of annoying when they hold up divisions like that.
Yeah, it is, but it's one of the things that comes with the territory of being champ. You can kind of do what you want.
Yeah. And so now you're fighting with ours fighting championship, right?
What?
And now you're fighting with the ours fighting championship. Is that right?
Yeah. I'll be fighting in January in Paris.
Oh, Paris. Jeez, that's nice.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for it.
Wait, you said that's fighting, or excuse me, you said that fight's gonna be in January?
Yep, January. It's set, but we have to wait till the U.S. kind of gets the COVID situation under control. Right now, other countries are barring or closing their borders to United States athletes right now. So
yeah,
takes a lot. I mean, there's ways around it. Obviously, you can do private jets and all that, but I'm not balling like that yet. So
yeah.
Yeah, one day maybe.
Yes, and so is that gonna be like their first live event back, or are there cards they're gonna put on before that?
I think they're supposed to do a card in December before that, December or November before that. But it really just depends on when those countries reopen things for athletic events. And I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be. I've done a couple of interviews with them, and I've talked a little bit with upper management. But they're a new promotion; they're constantly signing new talent, so we have to just see where things go.
Yeah, of course. Have you ever been to Paris?
No, I have not.
You've been like, is this gonna be your first fight not in the United States?
No, no, I fought in Canada. My second UFC fight was in Canada, so that'll be my first one. It'll be my first one really overseas, though.
Yeah, of course. Are most of ours fighting? Are most of their cards like over there in Europe, or do they like split it like the UFC?
Yeah, yeah, it's Europe and Africa, so they
Oh,
do
really?
Belgium, South Africa, and France are the three places they're doing the most stuff at.
That's awesome. So, how'd you come into contact with them? Did they come to you, or?
Yeah, right after I tweeted that the UFC wasn't going to renew my contract, about an hour later, I got a message from their president, and the rest was history.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, especially since like as soon as that happened, like they jumped right back on you, and so you must have known that they that they really wanted you to come fight for them, right?
Right,
Yeah. Yes, that makes sense. Yes. So I said you're from Houston, right?
right.
You said you're from Houston. You're a big football fan. Are Texans your favorite team?
Yes. Sadly, the Texans are my team. They're not doing too hot right now. They got rid of DeAndre Hopkins,
Yeah,
but
that didn't make
I'll
any sense
always,
to me.
I'll always be a fan of theirs. I'm also an Eagles fan, and I just enjoy good execution of football. So any team that's good, I pretty much like. So
Yeah. What do you think about Cam Newton going to the Patriots? Think Patriots going to win the East again?
I think that's awesome. I've always been a big fan of Cam Newton's, and I'm really happy to see that he's going to get another chance to. He'll probably start. I think he's really just going to be a bridge quarterback for Jarrett Stidham. But if he does really well, who knows what could happen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was only a 1 year contract, right? He signed, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I was really hoping that the Bills were gonna win the East. I'm so tired of the Patriots winning that division every year. And then as soon as they signed Cam Newton, I'm like, oh, add another year to the list.
Yeah, man, that's how it is.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, you don't know real suffering in football until you've lived in Detroit for 18 years. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's so bad being a Lions fan, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. 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 Well, Juan, I appreciate you doing this for me. You're an awesome dude. I can't wait to see you fight in January, and I really appreciate you doing this for me, Juan. I thank you very much.
No problem, man. You have a good one.
Yeah, but thanks, Juan. You too. Well, I didn't get the chance to introduce him. That was Juan Adams. If you guys didn't know, he's a former UFC fighter. He's fighting for ours fighting championship now. He's a beast. He's heavyweight. He's awesome. If you're a UFC fan, no, even if you're not, watch his fights. Like, why not? That was really cool, actually. That was fun. I stuttered a little bit too much, but whatever. I'll get used to it. I found this water. I'm not even sure if it's mine. I hope it's mine. If not, that's kind of gross. I found it down here. There's been 6 people down here. I doubt that's not my water. Anyway, yeah. I'm sorry I didn't get the chance to introduce. He called me really quick. Is that still going? Uh-oh. Yikes. That's awkward. Anyway, never mind. Sorry. Yeah, but that was Juan Adams, former UFC fighter, fighting for ours. He's a professional MMA fighter, and he just came on the Underground 4. A professional MMA fighter just came on the Underground 4, and you, who live, 2 miles down, can't come on because you're too busy. You're not too busy. You just don't want to come on. Come on the Underground 4, man. Come on the Underground 4. But, yeah, thanks, guys, for listening. Sorry I didn't get to properly introduce him. That was Juan Adams. Thank you very much, Juan Adams, if you're watching this. Thank you very much for coming on the show. It means so much to me, and I love having MMA fighters on here. So yeah, that wraps up. I know it's only a quick one, but that was all I had planned for today. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you. I'll be back Friday with Vaughn Petty and Gary Nilsson. I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much.